Hello and good evening. I'm Adrian James. I'm the president of the college, and I'm delighted to be joining you here for this webinar on our member survey. Thank you for joining. The college is about to launch its biggest comprehensive member survey in its 180-year existence. So I wanted to pay a particular tribute to Santosh Mudholkar, Associate Registrar for Member Engagement, who has really done so much to bring this to fruition. He's been working really for a couple of years on this, and we're going to be hearing from him later on, and he's done such great work as Associate Registrar. So you're going to hear today about the background to the survey, the methodology from the people who are actually doing it on our behalf, and really importantly, how we'll actually use the feedback that we get from you, the members, in order to make changes in the college. So please do take part. Don't only you take part, encourage other people to take part. I guess most people on the webinar today are probably converts. So we want to make sure that we really spread the word, because we do respond to your feedback. We will respond to the feedback from this survey. It's your college and it's your future. So, and the future needs to be shaped by all of you. So please do engage with the survey. It's the best way that we can make the college better, that we can fulfill our charitable objectives, how we can actually improve our services to members, and importantly, what we're all about, and that is improving the outcomes and experience for patients. So the Q&A function is open, and we won't be able to respond within the webinar to the to questions that you raise, but we'll take them offline and we will respond afterwards to each and every one of them. So please do use the Q&A function, and we'll get back to you afterwards. And we may actually have to process some of the questions and say, how can we actually give an answer that's actually coherent and that we're going to do something with. So a big thank you to our college staff as well for all the work that they've done on the survey, but also on this webinar. So it's going to be a great session. Thank you for joining and giving up your time. And I'm going to pass over to the officer who's in charge of this, and that's our Registrar Trudi Seneviratne. Over to you, Trudi.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you so much for that. I think you can hear me, can't you? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So thank you so much, Adrian. So I'm Trudi Seneviratne. I'm the registrar of the college. I'm absolutely delighted that we have got to this point in being able to almost start our survey, which is due to start on the 19th. And as you will hear from Ruth, and I'm very grateful for Ruth Boll, who's here from Research by Design, who's going to tell us about how RBD Research by Design has helped us to get to this point. So I don't want to talk for too long, but just really to encourage everybody, as Adrian has said, to take part in this survey. Many of you have already taken part in the qualitative stage, so the focus groups and the individual one-on-one interviews, which have fed into the next stage of the survey. And maybe just to say, this is such an opportunity. This is your college. We're a UK, but also an international college. And this is really to get such a thorough, hopefully, pulse check on what our members are thinking and feeling. So from trainees through to our SAS doctors, our consultants, our fellows, our retired colleagues, all the way throughout the career lifespan. So to hear that, so also from a UK perspective, but also to hear some of the international thinking as well. And we want to really think about what else we can do differently. What else would you as members like from us as a college? Are there additional educational needs that you have? Are there additional CPD needs maybe? Are there additional areas in terms of thinking about management skills or leadership skills? or indeed academic skills or research skills. So there are lots of areas that the college supports members with. And importantly, I think COVID is also teaching us that that our well-being is perhaps even more important than we thought previously. So psychiatrist well-being and doctor well-being is very much part of what the college is also wanting to think about. So in order to help us with those ideas, we need your input. We need to know what you're thinking. So please do take part and tell us what you would like us to do differently and to do better. So on that note, I'm going to stop and just say that this, although it's the most comprehensive survey we've done to date, the intention is that we will continue to do surveys into the future, so that once we capture the ideas from this survey, we will act on these and feed that back to you as members of the college. So on that note, I'm going to hand over to Dr. Santosh Mudholkar, who is our Associate Registrar for Membership Engagement. And as Adrian said, Santosh, thank you so much for all the work that you've done. I know you're going to be stepping down this year after many years in role, so a huge thank you to you. And thank you also to Ruth from Research by Design, who will be going after you. So Santosh, over to you.
Thanks a lot, Trudi. Welcome everyone for this webinar. And thanks a lot, Dr. Adrian James and Dr. Trudi Seneviratne for the introductions. As you rightly highlighted, that this is the first ever membership survey being undertaken. The college has received and keeps on receiving feedback regarding events, but we've not undertaken a full membership survey. I'm just going to start sharing my screen now so that my presentation is up on the screen. Sorry, yeah. Is it on full screen? Yeah.
No, it's not full screen yet.
Okay, let me just do that.
Yeah, perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot. So, so I'm Associate Registrar for Membership Engagement, and I work as consultant forensic psychiatrist with the Nottinghamshire Mental Health NHS Foundation Trust. Most of you would have seen and visited the new college building. The last time I was there was, I think, 1st of March 2020 for the Transcultural Psychiatry Annual Conference, and then COVID has stuck and we've not been able to visit the college. It's quite striking from the old college building where you had to wait outside the wrought iron heavy door until someone actually lets you in. And I think you see that this is just glass doors, automatic. You gain access to the college. And I'm just mentioning it because the college is changing, is much more forward thinking now. Compared to before, and the new college building has given opportunity to hold college events within the college. And more than the building, I think what makes the college is you all, the members. It's not the brick and mortars, but it is the college members who make the college. So I'll just explain briefly my role. This was the first appointment as Associate Registrar for Membership Engagement in 2016 by the then Registrar Dr. Adrian James. And it started, it had a huge It was a wide area to cover really regarding membership engagement, but it started the dialogue and I've been engaging and listening to members' views for the last 5 years. We had a brief pilot membership survey in 2016, and we were of the view that we need to undertake a full membership survey subsequently, but it got postponed, and we were due to have the survey done last year, but COVID struck, so now we're back on track. And we have a project team led by Katrina Grant, who is Paul Rees's PA, and then along with Paul Rees and Dr. Trudi Seneviratne and myself, obviously supported by college officers in all this really. One of the questions might appear really obvious, but I think and just one second.
You just cut out, Santosh, but you're back now.
Sorry, can you?
Ruth, do you want to move to your presentation and we'll restart Santosh's connection?
I think the VPN just got reconnected.
I'm happy to start, or do you want me to, shall I let Santosh finish?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Are you, am I okay now? Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Okay, so there's a problem with the internet, but managed to address that. So what I was saying is it's important that the college and that members are aware of the range of activities which the college does. Apart from examinations and training, the college aims to secure the best outcomes for people with mental disorder, learning difficulties, developmental disorders by promoting excellence in mental health services. It also promotes quality and research, and it sets standards, and also it is the voice of psychiatric profession. And the activities are not only in UK, but internationally. The college is highly respected global mental health organization, and the membership, which covers around 19,000 members across the globe. Sometimes it is not actually apparent how the college works. I remember a colleague saying that, when something has worked in the college, where you just see some smoke coming out through the college building, and then you know that, yes, it is working. I think that is not true. The college has got a really good organizational structure, which consists of honorary officers, led by President, Registrar, Treasurer, and the Dean, Board of Trustees, Council. We've got 13 faculties, 15 special interest groups, 8 divisions, 3 devolved nations, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and to support them, college staff who support all the college activities. I hope you are able to see this slide, but within the organization are different directorates, including professional standards, strategic communication, finance and operation, human resources, development, publications, CCQI, and NCCMH. And I think it's important to understand that it's a complex organization, but there is a structure in how the college functions. These are the 8 college divisions, as you might be aware, along with the 3 devolved nations, which make up the UK college divisions and devolved nations. And then we've got international divisions as well. As you are probably aware, in 2018-19, our chief executive led on developing college values along with college officers. And it is so important to have these values embedded in all college activities: courage, innovation, respect, collaboration, learning, and experience. We have over 15,000 members in the UK and over 3,440 international members. So it comes to just over 19,225 odd members globally. So it's a huge organization, huge membership. I'm just going to give a quick run through to demographics before we move on to why we would like to have your views regarding college activities and the membership survey. So it's a very diverse membership. You'll see quite spread out age group with members, small proportion, less than 20% under 35, predominantly about over 50% between 35 to 54, and then again around 30% over 55 age group. It's also quite diverse in ethnicity and ethnic background. You will see the split regarding diversity from the left-hand side, where it's mentioned Northern Ireland to West Midlands on the right. Around 26% of the college members are international medical graduates or IMGs and qualified outside UK. London has around 20% of members, followed by international divisions, and then there is a gradual spread across different divisions of the college. This just shows the age and sex distribution for international members. You will see that there are more males in the over 59 group. There are various committees of the college, and predominantly it is members between 35 and 54 who are involved in the committees. We really like and encourage members who are below 35 years to be involved with college activities. And we also have members who are retired, still involved in various college work as well, those over 55 or over 59 years. So when I started my role as Associate Registrar for Membership Engagement, these were the key objectives from the strategic plan from 2015 to 2018. It was about excellence for individual practice and service, workforce issue regarding recruitment and retention and development, and improve communication and engagement. So I met the then newly elected college president, Professor Wendy Byrne, to understand my role and how to improve membership engagement. And and I was delighted that membership engagement was one of her key priorities during her term as the college president. So that is how we started to think of doing a pilot survey, which was undertaken in 2016. I've had a series of discussions with Mr. Paul Rees, and it was his idea to start a college members magazine, RCPsych Insight, which the first issue was published in June 2017, and we are just about to publish the 15th issue in a few days. There was also suggestion to improve the college website. And the website which you see now is a much improved website compared to the previous one. And most members are able to go to the page within 2 or 3 clicks to what information they are seeking. There was also around that time issue regarding supporting members' well-being. This led to further discussions, and now we've got Associate Registrar Dr. Mahila Bukur, who oversees mental well-being, and we have expansion of the psychiatric support service led by Dr. Rosalind Ramsey as well. So I will just go through the pilot survey. It was done by Research by Design, and I'll just go through the main points regarding a pilot survey. So it was a small group and of members and fellows and trainees and associates, specialist associates, and there were in-depth interviews. So these were the focus groups. And what was apparent was that around that time, there were issues around recruitment and retention. There was a lot of stress with funding and limited resources, and excessive demands on psychiatrists. So it was quite a stressful time. It still is, but this is when the initial pilot survey was taken. When we asked members about the college, there was some positive feedback, but there were things which the members also raised, which we felt had to be looked into in a bit more detail. I think the positives were members liked the education and conferences, opportunities for professional development, and valued the CPD and appraisal process. Where they felt less positive was lack of support. They saw college as London-centric, too research and academic focus, exams were expensive, and limited two-way communication. So we wanted to build on that, and I think improvement of college website was one, and starting the members magazine was another thing. You all would also be receiving regular monthly updates from our president, Dr. Adrian James. So it is the president's newsletter, blog, and we have taken on board feedback regarding emails as well. I've mentioned the website and the difficulties in navigating website, which have largely improved since the new website is in operation. So overall, the key points were that members were proud of their membership and support the core purpose of college. However, they are keen to know more about what college is doing and want them to raise these issues for them. Communication objectives are perceived to be areas for focus. So improvement in communication was something which was mentioned. So RBD recommended that we build on communication objectives, promote and raise awareness of psychiatrists among medical trainees, practitioners, recruitment and retention initiatives, and improve awareness of the role of college and its involvement in policy initiatives. Uh, and I think it was important to listen to what the members, you all basically, were saying in the pilot survey. This is the first edition of RCPsych Insight when Professor Wendy Byrne took over from Professor Simon Wesley. And as I just said, we are now into the 15th issue of RCPsych Insight. Dr. Seneviratne mentioned about the diverse membership from trainees to new consultants to established members and then retired members. Over the last 4 to 5 years, trainees have very much been involved in college activities and have developed the supported and valued document. We have new members ceremony at the new college building, which is looked at very positively, and we get quite positive feedback regarding the new member ceremony. On several occasions, families have traveled from abroad as well to attend this function. We've got a annual conference from IMGs, annual medical education conference. The important thing which Professor Wendy Byrne started was the neuroscience project, and we now also have fellowship in management and leadership, which is overseen by Associate Registrar for Leadership and Management, Dr. Helen Krimlisk. This is one of my trainees. It is always good to see trainees attend Royal College International Congress, and there's a trainees lounge where there are scientific paper presentations and activities, poster presentations as well. So we really encourage trainees to be part of college in all the college activities. Startwell was again something which the college started, originally started by Dr. Ellen Wilkinson, who was then the Associate Registrar, started in around 2014, but it gives a good framework to how to establish yourself professionally as a consultant, and that is being rolled out nationally. Regarding existing members, we got CPD activities, online CPD. You'd all have probably gone through the CPD activities online last year. I think without online CPD activities, it would have been difficult because we temporarily had to stop face-to-face meetings. We still had the online CPD activities, education and training, and various college academic activities through faculties, SIGs, devolved nations. And we're going to have the first ever online RCPsych International Congress between 21st to 24th of June 2021. The college also has a fellowship award ceremony and the RCPsych awards annually for existing members and fellows. I was able to speak to specific groups where to see how they could engage better, spoken to retired members, and following discussions, we were able to update the college website and also help with members' queries because those who were retired had lost contact with the peer groups and the NHS structure which is available during their working lives. So that was quite helpful discussion. We had ongoing discussions with SAS doctors and how they would involve with the college. That has been taken up by the SAS doctors committee, and there are further discussions of involving SAS doctors in college activities in a much more broader way than at present. So most of the information about college is all available on college website. And if you go through the home page and you go through the different sections, all the information is available. So I think that information is really quite up to date. If you've not received or if you're not able to access that information, then you need to speak to the local division or devolved nation or faculty or specialist interest group. So this is the new members. I was telling me this picture was taken in 2016, but I'm just explaining that how new members value the members ceremony really. It's mentioned about Startwell. So what are the main significant developments? I think Choose Psychiatry has been extremely successful. The college has been the voice of psychiatric profession in general media. We've got the Race Equality Action Plan. The college provided guidance regarding COVID-19 to clinicians. And for the first time last year, we had online CASC exams for trainees. And in fact, the college is now shortlisted for E-Assessment Award. Over 3,000 candidates sat the written and clinical exams last year. And due to excellent financial planning, the college was able to cope with the crisis during COVID and use sustainable methods, which is one of the areas which the college has worked on quite well. So the college developed a membership strategy, international strategy. There's a strategic plan. It's much more inclusive with celebration of Black History Month, LGBT History Month, South Asian History Month, and appointment of patients and carers to the council. The college has a strategic plan for 2021 to 23, led by our President, Dr. Adrian James, promoting equality and diversity, parity of esteem, workforce well-being, sustainability, and supporting members through COVID-19 and beyond. Now we are at crossroads because as gradually the lockdown is being lifted, we have to see what balance the college needs to have regarding online events and face-to-face events. And we would like to hear what members think the priority should be for the college. A lot of members they've not been asked really what they would like the college to do for them. And I think the survey provides an opportunity to share your views to shape the future of college. The college is very much invested in improving members' experience. So I would urge you all to get involved and participate in the membership survey. Your voice matters. I would like to thank the President, Dr. Adrian James, Paul Rees, the Chief Executive, Dr. Seneviratne, Registrar, all the team from Research by Design, Rita Sharma, Director of Membership, Elaine Cookers, Head of Divisions and Devolved Nations, and Katrina Grant, who is Paul's PA, who's worked quite hard in all the discussions with Research by Design. Your voice matters. I'm now going to hand you over to Ruth Ball, who will give an overview regarding the membership survey methodology. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh. I'm just sharing my screen. Hold on. Is that showing?
Yep, that's perfect.
Great, thank you. So yes, thank you so much, Santosh, and Trudi and Adrian. I will really just be talking about the methodology of the survey and how we'll be doing it. And I really wanted to echo some of the points that have already come across, which is this is really about capturing the views of the diverse membership, and that we're really looking for as many voices as we can have from as different types of members as we can. A very quick background on RBD, and this is really just to kind of say that we know our stuff, we know what we're doing in this sphere. We specialize only in professional membership research. We work predominantly with medical organizations, specifically some of the biggest royal colleges, which hopefully you can see there on the slide. So for us, when we start talking about methodology and some areas around data protection, hopefully there is confidence there that we have done this before, and quality is absolutely our biggest priority. So just to put in context what we've done to date, and as Santosh said, way back 5 years ago, we did that initial piece of research. When this membership survey was commissioned back in early 2020, before the world changed as we know it, we conducted a large-scale internal stakeholder workshop, which really brought up a lot of the issues and the challenges and what the survey needed to cover. We then paused for obvious reasons, and we've come back online with it a year later. So we have done some quite large scale qualitative research, so 8 different focus groups with distinct member types there, and that was all conducted last month. And that has fed into what will go into the survey, which, as the team have said, is going live next week. A little bit about how the survey will be sent to you. You'll receive a personalized email invite. So it's not generic, so we would advise don't share it. Everyone on the membership database will receive that personalized invite. The reason it's personalized is for various reasons. One is that you can leave it when you need to and come back to it hours, days later, and it will have saved your responses. Which I think particularly with this profession where everyone is, time is fairly precious, you can come and go as you please, and the results will be saved. It also means that we can link your responses to your member database field. So by that, I mean, we won't be asking necessarily every single question that we need. If we already know the answer, if the data is held within the database, we won't ask the question, for example, on gender, but we know it because it's linked to the database field. Anyone who hasn't completed or haven't started the survey will be sent reminders fairly regularly, around weekly, but there is always the option to unsubscribe to stop any reminders as well. Just want to touch a little bit, and really this echoes what Santosh has been saying in terms of we're looking for as broad a view as possible, and we really want to make sure that everyone gets their view across, even people who perhaps in the past have felt less engaged with the college. Specifically, we would like to hear your views. So we're looking across the member grades. We're also looking across a variety of member discriminators, including some of those that are mentioned there. I wanted to put a little bit of reassurance in terms of data protection. So research by design, as I say, we have sort of 27 years experience of this, but we are registered as a data controller. under the Data Protection Act 2018. And we operate under various codes of which are listed there. So GDPR, as I mentioned, DPA 2018, our Market Research Society Code of Conduct, which is how we operate, and I'll talk a little bit more about that on the next slide, and also the ICC and SMR code. What that all means is that your responses remain anonymous and confidential. So we are an independent research agency. Our client, the RCPsych, won't know there'll be no personal attributions to any of the responses. So they won't know the name of who's mentioned something, and there will be nothing identifiable to them. I've mentioned talking about different discriminators such as gender, potentially ethnicity, age. Everything is reported in aggregate form. So what that means is that we might say 70% of consultants feel this, whereas 50% of trainees feel this. So everything is presented and analysed in an aggregate form. So nothing is identifiable, and any specific comments, there will be options in the survey to write your own free text, and we actually really encourage that because we get a lot of rich data in that way, but anything there will not be attributed to you. It's outside our code of conduct to do that, so there'll be no attributions to an individual. There is just a little bit on timing. As I said, it's going live next week. It will be live until mid-June. And then after that, we go through our data processing and we go through our analysis stage. And in terms of data processing and cleansing, again, just a little bit in terms of that quality, what we do there is we look at sort of the time it's taken people to respond. We have a rough estimate of time, so anyone who's taken a minute to go through all the questions, we would maybe have a double check of those responses, and we're just trying to make sure that we're getting the best integrity data that we can. So then we're going through the analysis and reporting stage, and then the results are presented back to the college in July. So it's a fairly speedy timetable. We really only started getting going on this kind of March, April, so we're really excited. The survey has been scripted, it's just going through its final quality checks. As I say, it will be sent out live. And we would just want to really encourage as many people as possible to complete it and really share your views.
Thanks a lot, Ruth, for giving an overview regarding methodology of the survey. In my talk, I mentioned about why there is a need for having a membership survey. For any forward-thinking organization, I think it is absolutely essential to hear what the members' views are regarding the activities the college is doing, strategy. Right at the beginning, our President, Dr. Adrian James, has made it quite clear, along with Dr. Seneviratne, the registrar, that all the findings from survey will be taken into consideration regarding future college activities and form part of the strategy. I'm aware that there are lots of members who feel that we could do things differently at the college, or they would like more value for membership. Please complete the survey. Whatever suggestions you have, you can make those suggestions. And the college is not for a select few, but for everyone. Your voice matters, and it is your opportunity to be involved. Spread the word to your colleagues and friends to participate in this membership survey. I think it's really going to be, the survey will be going live on 19th. You'll receive the email. So I think we have covered the reasons and how the membership survey is going to pan out. As was mentioned earlier, all question and answers, all questions will be answered offline. Wish you well. Thanks a lot for attending this webinar and sparing your time in these extremely difficult times of COVID pandemic. Wish you all well. Thanks a lot. Thank you.